Welcome! If you're watching this video, it means you're probably interested in Linux servers, LAN networks, and maybe even modding Skyrim. This project is a mixture of practical IT skills used in real corporate infrastructure and pure gaming fun. The main core of the system is built on Ubuntu Server, acting as the hive mind of a group of connected computers. Each one was configured to communicate through a LAN network, creating absolutely independent environment. Sounds complicated? Don't worry, I'll show you step by step how it really works. Before we get to the gameplay, let's take a look at how the whole network is actually built. What you see here is a fully autonomous LAN, isolated from the internet and controlled by one central server. This old HP laptop running Ubuntu Server acts as the network brain. It distributes IP addresses to all connected devices using a DHCP service. All machines are connected through a Rescources 8-port gigabit switch. Two Lenovo L340 laptops, one IdeaPad 720S, and my main Asus desktop form the client side. Every computer has a specific role in this ecosystem, but they all share one mission: to play together in Skyrim's world using LAN only. How did I end up with a full LAN network at home? You know those situations when someone invites you for a corn tea party and a few hours later you somehow end up in a loud nightclub? That's exactly what happened to me, but with Linux. What was supposed to be a short adventure quickly turned into a deep dive. Every solution opened another box of questions. What if I try this? What if I expand that element? This movie is proof that people can truly devote themselves to something as specific and at first glance as strange as administrating Ubuntu servers. Many of us have heard that Linux isn't made for gaming, and I can agree with that to some extent. Our generation grew up under the rule of Windows, and I don't blame Microsoft for that, but I wanted to take the challenge and give new life to my two old laptops. By installing Linux Mint, I replaced outdated Windows 10 systems with something faster, cleaner, and free. That's how the idea of building a small Linux-based LAN party prototype was born. Let's take a look at this simple scheme. Two computers are connected through a local Wi-Fi hotspot. IP addresses are assigned by the device that acts as a router. That's how both machines recognize each other. They exist in the same room, and that gives them the ability to communicate directly. I've tested several ways to run games on Linux. First method: traditional installation. To run exe files, you just need to install the Wine plugin. Counter-Strike Warzone 1.6 works perfectly fine, and even Diablo 1 runs great using the Devolution engine. Second method: virtual machines. If you have trouble installing a game natively, create a closed environment with Windows, a virtual machine that runs the game for you. My Windows XP virtual machines successfully launched Diablo 2 and Icewind Dale 1. I gave them full access to the network, which allowed me to play those games over TCP/IP. It's quite funny when you think about it. A virtual machine talking to each other, both running inside a superior operating system. It's like two babies talking on the phone while still being in their mother's bellies. Of course, virtual machines offer a lot of fun, but also limitations. Not every graphic feature can be easily displayed, such as 3D acceleration. For example, a virtual Windows 7 with Warhammer 40k Soulstorm had issues displaying full 3D models. Maybe it could be fixed, but I decided to move forward with my LAN experiments instead of getting lost in endless configuration. And finally, the third method, the Lutris platform, which became my favorite playground for Linux gaming experiments. With Lutris, you can synchronize your GOG or Steam account and install games directly from those platforms. It also allows you to run offline installers and simplifies installation on Linux as much as it's currently possible. That's how I installed Dawn of War from GOG with hopes for a LAN party in the green darkness of Warhammer 40k. But here comes the bad news. The GOG version was modified and didn't include LAN multiplayer. I discovered that only after installation, and honestly, it was frustrating. So I went old school, used the original CDs with product keys, and it worked. The Warhammer LAN party finally happened. At this point, I had everything I wanted to achieve. 2 old computers capable of running various games through different methods. I explored Linux gaming deeply. Even the built-in software manager offered interesting titles. Open Arena, a Quake 3 style shooter, Pioneers, a virtual board game similar to Settlers of Catan, but my curiosity kept pushing me further. During GOG Back to School sale, I found Skyrim Anniversary Edition at a great price, and heard rumors about a multiplayer mod. I thought this time it'll be easy, but somehow it turned into something else. The real adventure began when I realized that I wasn't dealing with the same Skyrim from 2011. The Anniversary Edition from 2021 required much stronger hardware. The original Aldrim was lighter and more forgiving for older PCs. Trying to find old physical copies wasn't an option, because the Together Reborn mod works only with the newest editions. I couldn't install the game successfully on Linux, but I learned about Proton, the compatibility layer used by Steam and Lutris to run modern Windows games. Modding Skyrim is pure fun, but it takes patience, research, and a bit of courage. That's why I decided to train my modding skills on Windows instead, since my Lenovo 720S had a dual boot setup. Before adding the multiplayer mod, I installed several graphical downgrade mods to make Skyrim as ugly as possible, just to help my old laptop survive the load. Those experiments taught me one important thing. If I wanted more spectacular results, I needed to expand the project's resources and build something bigger.
One day I get up off the stage and you lifted mine and my face.
Okay, we've got the computers, tons of cables, a network switch, everything's here. So, can't we just connect all of it together and expect it to work immediately? In the prototype, we had just 2 computers and a small Wi-Fi router. So what's different this time? Imagine a highway, a huge road ready for traffic. That's your cables and switch, a physical path, but every road needs administration. Road signs, lane markings, and tickets for cars to enter. Or think of a restaurant. Every guest needs a waiter to guide them to their numbered table. That's what a server does. It manages traffic, gives each device an IP address, and decides who can join and who can't. In our new system, the HP ProBook became the administrator, running Ubuntu Server inside a virtual machine.
Good time is coming. I know a place for your soul. Evil or
Regardless of the combination of operating systems and rules, this game works perfectly. I would compare it to plug-and-play devices that do not require any additional drivers. I did not encounter any obstacles during this test. I should mention that the server was not visible in the LAN lobby interface, so clients had to connect using the command connect plus IP of the host. Everything functioned correctly until I tested cross-operating system setups. As long Windows players played only amongst themselves, the game experienced no crashes. The same stability was observed with Linux, which was tested in the prototype phase. When a client, a Lenovo L340 with Windows 11 created a server and a Lenovo 720S running game via Lutris on Linux joined, the party even managed to start. However, just a few seconds after the start, a sync error appeared, which immediately terminated the experiment. The next was another nostalgic blast from the past. Zero configuration, zero issues. Blizzard's classic proved once again why it defined strategy gaming. In the simplest words, plug in, play, conquer. And finally, the crown jewel of the entire project. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim running in local multiplayer mode with the Together Reborn mod. Each computer had its own character. As I mentioned before, during this test, all clients used only the Windows operating system. Lenovo 720S switched to Windows by using its existing dual boot setup. The LAN server service was still provided by computer running an Ubuntu Server virtual machine. For the first time, the world of Skyrim became a shared space inside my private LAN network, powered not by the internet, but by the cables I had connected myself. It was more than just a game test. It was proof that a fully independent gaming network built from scratch could host modern multiplayer gameplay. Not in the cloud, but in my own room. Does it look impressive? I think this view truly rewards me for the weeks I've spent on this LAN project. Watching every computer join the game world one by one feels almost symbolic. Each connect click is like starting a new story, and together all those stories merge into one adventure. At this point, I can honestly say I feel fulfilled. I've received a lot of questions about crashes. Did they appear during gameplay or while running exploitation tests? My answer is simple. Yes, they appeared. And actually added some funny accents to the whole experience. The errors occur randomly. You never know what's going to happen next, and that's part of the charm. Those presented in this video don't always appear, but when they do, they make you laugh. Half-naked, headless guards in Whiterun. A legendary bug, seeing them still patrolling the city with full professionalism despite obvious anatomical issues, was oddly heartwarming. The desynchronized mechanical bridge near Helgen. For 2 players, the bridge was closed, while for another one it was open. Pulling the lever flipped the situation in the opposite way, so it was impossible for everyone to cross at once. It looked hilarious, while for one player you were just levitating mid-air, for another you were walking normally across the bridge. Undead Draurgrs with sleep paralysis. That one made the game temporarily easier. Some undead warriors lying in the Bleak Falls barrow simply couldn't get up when they noticed you. Flying corpses. Thousands of videos on the internet already show this phenomenon. Dead enemies trying to get your attention by pretending to be Tony Hawk. Desync and teleporting friends. Yes, it happens. Sometimes another player will suddenly change position or you'll get disconnected. but usually it's just a matter of reconnecting, no big deal. Those glitches appear maybe once every hour or two, nothing game-breaking. So yes, I can't deny the existence of bugs, but as a long-time Skyrim fan, I still play it with pure joy. They aren't vibe killers, quite the opposite. They make this experience even more memorable. And remember, having Skyrim running in full LAN mode offline among a group of millennial friends is like finding the holy grail of nostalgic gaming. How the Skyrim Together Reborn server is launched in LAN. In my video, you could see the DHCP server running, but Skyrim itself also needs its own multiplayer host. To create it, you must run a special file called Skyrim Together Server, located in the folder where you installed the mod. This application acts as the game server, the same way as HDLS and Counter-Strike. Once the server starts, it begins listening on a specific network port and waits for game clients to connect using the local IP address of the host machine. So in short, Ubuntu Server gives IP addresses, Skyrim Together Server on one of the Windows machines creates the game lobby. Players connect to that IP and start exploring Skyrim together. Why Ubuntu Server instead of Mint with DHCP? That's a great question. I could have installed a DHCP service directly on Linux Mint, and everything would have worked the same way. But my purpose was not only to play Skyrim, but also to learn how a real server environment functions, similar to what you would find in an office network. Ubuntu Server has no GUI, so all configuration is done through the terminal, exactly as network administrators do in corporate environments. It teaches precision, structure, and good habits. You learn how services start, how interfaces communicate, and how the system logs every action. So this setup wasn't just gaming. It was a training field for IT infrastructure management. Why bother with LAN when online version works fine? That's also true. Together Reborn online works okay, but my project wasn't about maximizing comfort. It was about autonomy. By creating a closed LAN, I built a network that works without internet access, simulating environments where you can't rely on external services. It's both a learning challenge and a homage to old LAN parties from the first decade of 21st century. This project proves that you can design a full working multiplayer ecosystem without depending on Steam, cloud servers or Wi-Fi. Would it work with Steam version of Skyrim? I don't know. I didn't check. This project used GOG version. I cannot give reliable answer. Would it work with VR version of Skyrim? Skyrim Together Reborn is officially made only for traditional PC editions of Skyrim, Special Edition, Anniversary Edition. I can only make assumptions. My project focuses on basic infrastructure. This case is beyond its scope. I cannot help in this matter. Core networking terms used in this project: LAN, Local Area Network, a local closed network connecting multiple devices via cables or Wi-Fi. Example: all 4 computers and the server connected through an Ethernet switch. DHCP, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, automatically assigns IP addresses to devices in a network. Example: Ubuntu Server distributed IPs to all client PCs. IP address, a unique identifier of each device within a network. Static IP, an IP address manually set and never changed. Example: the server itself used a static IP for stability. Switch, hardware device that distributes network signal among computers. Server, a computer providing services to others. Client, a computer receiving services from server. Virtual machine, software simulation of a physical computer. Example: Ubuntu Server inside Virtualbox on HP laptop. So to summarize, Skyrim Together Reborn was just a tool, but the real value of this project lies in mastering the logic of local networks. A LAN is not only about gaming, it's a great way to understand how the internet itself works on a smaller, safer scale. Thanks for watching, have a great day.
Spokojnie powtórz sobie, zrób sobie zakładkę zdania, 2 zdania wcześniej.
A czy ja mogę wejść tutaj i zasugerować, że jak już to robicie, to żeby to zrobić troszeczkę lepiej? Teraz trochę wygląda się to dead, co?
Wygląda lepiej niż było.